Welcome to Meet the Author, where you can join in on insightful conversations with best-selling and award-winning indie published authors. Your hosts today are Rob and Joan, who themselves are indie published authors, book publicists, and paranormal investigators with Tampa Bay Spirits, based in Tampa Bay, Florida. Thanks for dropping by. And now, on with the show.
Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Joan. We're really glad that you decided to join us today, whether you're watching live or if you're listening live or if you're watching later on or listening later on. We're really glad that you're in our audience. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
And it's good to be back.
It is good to be back. We've been just doing pre-records for a long time. We're back from a long trip and happy to be back and happy to be doing the show again.
That's for sure. Got some comments here.
Yes. Connie Cleary already said, woohoo.
Woohoo,
He was here at 6:45 waiting to get in. Paul Wallace said, hi,
Hey,
Robin.
Paul.
Hi, Paul. We miss you, all of you, so much. Marjorie Deering says, welcome back live and in person. Thank you, Marjorie. We are so glad to be back. And we will be having a Haunted Campfire Tales the last Thursday of this month.
26th. Yeah.
The 26th.
That Thursday.
And I say that because I know Paul and Marjorie usually watch that.
Yeah. Okay. Want to remind everybody about our radio station up in Atlanta, WDJYFM.com, or you can listen to our show on the radio 99.1 FM in Atlanta. That's Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Saturdays, this week it's on WDJY. It's going to be the Kingdom of Orion, Jessica Hartsfield's episode. Episode Rewind this Saturday, coming up at 5:30 p.m. right here where you're watching right now, basically. Eastern time is going to be Del McCool, or DG McCool, his episode. And then next Wednesday live, we're going to have Linda Watkins, USA Today bestselling author. She wrote the Matiquas Island series and the Kate Pomeroy mysteries.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
we haven't had Linda on the show in like 2 years.
She was one of the first people
on the show, and we even went to visit her in Arizona while we were there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time. That's so cool.
Yeah. So another thing I want to mention is a brand new book out there by George Dismukes, Song of San Leon. Was it murder or something more sinister? It's out and available in Kindle or paperback. And then
I have to say it features 2 paranormal investigators.
Yes, it does. Yeah, then they may sound kind of familiar. If you
Jane and Ron Carpenter.
Oh boy, that's close, isn't it? Okay. We also want to give a shout out to Brakefield and Berkey for Ransom Enigma.
Yeah.
The latest one for the Magnolia Bluff Crime Chronicles came out on the 20th of August. So,
yeah, and I haven't read that yet, and I want to read it because I've read their others in this series, and I really enjoy it. And but we were so busy on our trip out to Wisconsin that I really didn't have any time to read. We were visiting with family. It was really good.
Yes,
it was great to see the family and be at the wedding. Joe Conjal said, I'm here. Welcome back, Robin Joan.
Chiming in from LinkedIn. Joe, is it difficult to find the comment box on
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn? I'm glad you were able to find it. Also, we want to give a shout out to Sarah Driscoll, author Sarah Driscoll. She sent us her latest book, Summit's Edge. I'm not sure if it's even released yet. This is an advanced reader copy.
Yeah, it's an advanced reader copy from her publisher.
But that's the FBI Canine novel series.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to reading that too.
Good. And then last but not least, someone sent us this one. It's called The Chance of a Ghost. We wrote it. And want to make sure everybody knows about that. It's all part of the Magnolia Bluff series.
So far, it's my favorite of the books that we've written.
Oh, I thought you meant of the Magnolia Bluff series.
Not of the Magnolia Bluff series. I mean, of the books that we've written, I had the most fun writing that one. I loved writing the dialogue between the ghosts.
Cool. Okay, well, good. Good to know, Joe.
Joe said the LinkedIn popped right up, though.
I guess the people that watch us on LinkedIn are very shy. Because
a lot of people are watching us LinkedIn. They never make comments.
Yeah, very few do. So at any rate,
I just want to say, is it something that we said? Is that why you don't make comments?
We have gone back to trying one Facebook channel, and that's the Meet the Author page. So we're putting that on there again, and if it doesn't give us any trouble, we'll keep doing it. Otherwise, we'll just go to YouTube and LinkedIn again. But this is where we're at right now. And do you have anything you want to talk about? Anything about the trip or anything?
No, I don't think they want to hear about our trip.
I don't. Yeah.
Joy York said, "Hi,
Oh,
I tried
hi,
to join you on YouTube but could not comment."
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
I wonder why you couldn't comment on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, unless you have.
Just said, "Don't worry, I'll change that." LOL.
I don't think you can comment unless you have a subscription.
Oh, I think that's true. You have to subscribe.
I don't know to comment on a
probably
live thing.
Subscribed though.
I don't know. I don't think we subscribe, and we've got our own channel. It's weird.
Oh, what do you mean subscribe? You just click subscribe, right?
No, I meant pay for a channel. Pay for a subscription to YouTube.
No, because I comment on people's YouTubes, and I haven't paid.
Live shows. There may be a difference there. I don't know.
Connie Cleary says, "Hello, everyone." Hey,
Hi,
Connie. All right.
Okay. No, I don't.
No,
that could be why.
No,
I don't know for sure.
I don't know either.
But anyway,
they're all funny. YouTube, Facebook, they're all weird.
Like I was saying, we do have the one Facebook page, Meet the Author Podcast, Facebook page that we're reactivating on a trial basis to see if it's going to
Remember,
work.
It kept bumping people off. So.
Yeah, it was not working well at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's bring
enough of this. Whoops.
Okay. Joe Condell said, "I'm subscribed to YouTube, and Joy's comment just popped up on my screen."
Huh.
Huh.
Okay, that's interesting. But she's on LinkedIn.
She's on LinkedIn right now.
But
so is Joe.
Yeah. I'm totally confused. I have no idea what's going
on. Me either.
Why don't we get more confused and bring Chris in, and maybe he can shine some light on what's going on. This is like a mystery to me.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys.
Join all the craziness here on
stage. You're sure you want to be here, right?
Depends on whether you want advice about the technomanic stuff.
Well, you know a lot about YouTube.
Well, YouTube, you have to, number one, be signed into YouTube, which is free. And as far as commenting, depending on how it's set up on your guys' side, anyone who is a subscriber should be able to comment. Those comments should go out.
Right.
To everybody. All you need is a YouTube subscription. And that's all free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should
That's what I thought.
I would think more it's an issue on Facebook side. I know on the other stream that I produce, Facebook's been acting really wonky lately. I mean, really wonky.
Yeah, that's why we cut it out for a while.
AI has gone wacko on Facebook. AI is doing all kinds of stuff on there, and it's like
we had to switch from. Because we were using StreamYard to our Facebook group and then to YouTube too, and never had a problem. They switched it recently. So now Orlando has to stream through his actual business Facebook page. They won't let us stream through a group anymore.
Right.
That's the problem we had.
That's the problem. You can't stream through a group. Yeah, it has to be a page.
But they were shutting us down. I'd do like 3 posts. I'd share 3 posts, and they'd say I was spamming.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? I haven't done anything different than I always do.
Exactly. But yet they allow their AI to put in all kinds of BS ads to force feed down our throats.
The AI has gone wacko on Facebook. It's out of control.
Don't get me started.
Okay, so we won't.
Well, we just did, but I'm sorry.
Let's turn the ship around a little bit.
Joy York said, "Whatever works." She doesn't care as long as she can comment and join in. Paul Hollis says, hi, Chris.
Hey,
Welcome.
Paul, how you doing?
Oh,
Yeah,
Joe
that's
Colangelo
what
said,
I was
never
thinking.
mind. Her comment came through LinkedIn,
I,
not
I
YouTube.
thought
Oops.
I pictured you with 2 or 3 screens. You were watching on YouTube. You were watching on LinkedIn, Facebook,
Joe.
multitasking, writing
Yeah.
your books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, it's been a long time since you've been on the show.
It
Yeah, it
has.
has been.
Catch us up a little bit. You've the last time you had 2 books and you were working on the third.
Right.
Now I know the third is out. That came out. When did that come out? That was several months ago.
The third, I published the third this past December.
December.
Oh, it's
That's
almost
longer
a
than I
year
Yeah.
ago.
thought. Yeah.
Goodness.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's been about 8 months since it came out. The third one came out, and that completed that trilogy, the Mixed Magic trilogy.
Okay.
Connie Clary says, hi, Chris.
Hi, Connie.
Let me see. Let me bring up your books here. Okay. So book number 1 is Mixed Magic. By the way, I really do love your.
I love this. This is my favorite cover. I love this cover. Just love it.
I do too. I like all 3 of them, though, to be honest. And then here's Wild Magic. That's number 2 in the trilogy. And then we have Old Magic. And that's book number 3.
Yep,
That's-
that's the one that just released. Yep. And it's got dragons. You can't go wrong with dragons.
Oh, that's so true. I've belonged to an online group, playing a multi-person video game with dragons for 13 years, belonged to the same one.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I've collected thousands of dragons. You have no idea how many I have. Hello, Chris. Love the books.
Yeah, I've
That's
got a
funny,
number
Claire.
of dragons around here. Everywhere you go, there's pretty much dragon.
Live ones?
I wish. Joe
Uh,
Concho said, hi, Chris. I really enjoyed Mixed Magic. Great story.
Well, thank you, Joe. Joe wrote a great review. Thank you, Joe. That was awesome.
Joe is a good guy.
He is.
Very supportive.
Mhm.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
got to show off. Let me see if I can get these two. These two,
Oh, those are Chinese dragons.
yeah, these were sent to me by a reader. I'm going backwards here.
There should be a male and a female, right? Does one
yep,
have their
yep, yep.
paw on a ball? Yep.
Yep. One of my readers sent me that when I was writing the second book, and yeah, I was like, wow, thank you so much. Those are very cool.
Way cool.
Very cool. I mean, not that I know a lot about dragons, but recognize those
Yeah,
right
you
away.
recognize them. That's yep.
if you
And somehow they
reduce
found
the-
they
Go
found
ahead.
their way into the third book at some point. I don't know how that happened.
Awesome.
if you reduce the size of your covers, you could use them as bookends.
There you go. There
But
you
you'd
go.
have very tiny books.
Or he
Yep.
could always get bigger dragons.
Or you could get bigger dragons. Yeah, that's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Well, for those who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about the first book? Kind of give us a little rundown on it.
The first book is a bunch of ex-veteran GIs take over a nuclear power plant in the middle of America and threaten to melt down the core. And the army, the good guys, they can't do anything about it because these guys are led by a man who's picked up some magic when he was in the jungles of Vietnam. So he's got an evil magic staff that's controlling him, giving him the power to control all these soldiers around him. So the hero of the story, our main character, the wizard, gets called in to use his magical gifts and friends to help save the world from a nuclear meltdown, which would pretty much destroy the middle of America. He calls on one of his old witch friends and one of his Chinese friends from the old Dragon Wars. The Chinese magician is a 2,000-year-old magician who's been around and done a few things. So it takes all 3 of them to help fight the bad guy who's got evil on his side.
That's awesome. I love that. That's a great concept.
It's magic and science combined. My wizard has magic, but he prefers to use science rather than magic.
Interesting.
Kind of like Iron Man meets Doctor Strange on my level. On my level. Yeah.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Kind of cool.
That
is cool.
I'm more partial to Doctor Strange. I like magic.
Yeah.
I like the idea of magic. If I could wield magic, I would be dangerous.
Yeah, same here. I grew up reading magic and science fiction, so yeah, both of my loves.
You and me both. Then we have Wild Magic, which is the second book in the same protagonist, right?
Yes, it takes place, of course, after that because of what happens in the first one. Yellowstone National Park is threatened, and it's going to become. Yellowstone is already a super volcano, as we know.
Yep.
And because of what happened in the first book, Yellowstone is affected, and there's a guy up there who's wanting to blow it up and destroy the western half of the United States.
Oh
my goodness.
So once again, our hero has to come in with the help of his friends and use a little bit of his science and magic to stop the bad guy.
Connie Clary said, well said, Chris. I'm not sure when she wrote that comment because I was too busy listening to you. Sorry, Connie.
Good. It held your attention, so I must be doing something right.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I was listening intently.
All right, we're almost ready for a break.
The third one is Old Magic. See, I like that because first it was Mixed Magic, and then it was Wild Magic, and now it's Old Magic. And this one, I love the dragon on this one, by the way.
Yeah.
That's really
awesome. The cover designers, Deranged Doctor Design, they did an awesome job on all three of those covers.
They did.
Outstanding. Beyond my small description of what I asked for, they just went over the top with it.
That's so good. Oh, we've got another comment. Connie Clary just said LOL because I said, I'm not sure where that comment goes. So.
Oh, we know where that one goes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're
that
good.
One I got. But yeah, fabulous. So now, can you give us a little rundown on Old Magic?
Yeah, that took a little longer to write. At the end of the second book, our evil staff, which has influenced all these events in the first two, of course, never got destroyed. And it has an effect in the beginning of the third book. And it wakes up a dragon, the last dragon that's been sleeping for 1,000 years. And along with that, it happens to reach down to the core of the planet and wake one of the elder gods, one of the old gods from H.P. Lovecraft universe is what happens in that. And that wakes those two up. And then, of course, our heroes have to go out and stop the dragon. While one of them stops the elder god. How do you stop an elder god? I mean,
it would be difficult.
Very carefully.
Old Magic refers to the dragon and the elder god.
Yes, the old magic that was magic in the beginning of the world before there was even magic or people as we know it.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds really
cool.
Great.
So you're going to share with us some of the book, but why don't we take our first break? And when we come back, we have that to look forward to and talk to you more about what you got on the drawing board and answer some more questions from the audience. Okay, so we'll see you in a couple minutes. Don't go away, folks.
This novel, set against the backdrop of the English Civil War, explores love and survival amidst the chaos of war. It combines historical events with personal narratives, highlighting the impact of conflict on individuals and families. England, 1642. When bloody civil war breaks out between the king and parliament, families and communities are driven by different allegiances. Red Winter Journey is a sweeping tale of adventure and loss, sacrifice and love, with a unique and unforgettable story of a mother's love for her son at its heart. A historic journey of twists, turns, and a dash of spirited passion.
I finished reading the book a couple of days ago. It was a great read. The plot was indeed compelling, and I loved the conclusion. What I particularly enjoy in Paul's novels is his vivid recounting of historical details as to the social and cultural sides at the time. His characters are very likable and relatable.
It's 1919, and Eric Laska returns from the war in Europe. Two new enemies await him in the small coal mining town he calls home. One is a threat to his relationship with Rebecca, the love of his life. The other, a bloodthirsty beast, is stalking the mining town residents. The townspeople suspect Eric of one of the killings. An old man and Rebecca's 11-year-old sister have seen the beast, but only Eric believes their story. To protect the town and clear his name, he's forced to prove the werewolf exists. Available on Amazon. The Horror Within by Marjorie Swift Doring.
The clock is ticking. Can Gracie uncover the truth?
Philip Pliant is the wealthy opportunist plastics dealer and CEO of Pliant Industries. He's also a master thief, creating a pervasive threat to the manufacturing infrastructure in the Caribbean islands markets. With the cartel as his stealth client, the naive city leaders have been seduced, enabling the production of more than three-dimensional building materials.
The expected profits are monstrous.
Is the art group, now led by Gracie and the family heirs, strong enough to win against this predator?
Can JJ's cats act on the root cause analysis in time?
Will Gracie be able to squash Pliant and the cartels?
Gracie never considered their lives would hang in the balance. The clock is ticking. 5, 4, 3.
And we're back.
We are.
Joe Conjul has a question. He said, Chris, do you outline your books ahead of time, or are you a pantser?
Pretty much a pantser. I would say outline only in that I have the beginning. I know where the end is, and I've got maybe a half a dozen or more different places where I know that the story has to go. But pretty much a pantser. Yeah, I write them down and turn them loose, and they sometimes surprise me with the things that they do.
Yeah, I know. They decide where to go, and you're just going for the ride. It's like,
in fact, in this last book, early on, I forget chapter 3 or 4, I had wrote this one scene where the wizard opens a portal, and it's not one of their normal portals. It's a time travel portal. And I wrote it and went on, and I'm like, why in the world did I just write that scene? It makes no sense. I don't do time travel. And then 6 months later, I'm at the end of the book, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need that certain scene there to tie all of the loose ends together here. So
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the story is there already inside of our heads, even though we're pantsing along. I'm not quite sure how to explain how that works. You guys explain it to me.
I think the characters decide.
Yeah.
Because they are
I
real.
think we have nothing to do with it. That's what because when we wrote A Chance of a Ghost, really our idea was to present it in a way that we do our normal paranormal, if you can do a normal paranormal investigation, the way we normally do a paranormal investigation. And then the two ghosts were just like, hey, we've got a life and we want to talk.
Exactly.
And so they spend a lot of time talking, and I mean, we don't know what the ghosts are saying, when we're doing it right.
Yeah.
Well, we do hear them sometimes. We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we get recordings and stuff like that. But yeah. But anyway, It was a lot different than we expected.
Yes.
I mean, in an entirely different way than what we had planned. So,
who knows? Maybe there's that multiverse theory is correct, and our characters are actually alive somewhere, and we're just writing down what they do.
That could be.
I hope
Who
so.
knows? I mean,
that would be great.
We can only hope, right? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes. Have you ever read the Dragon Riders of Pern?
Oh my God, I grew up on the Dragon Riders. Oh yes, I wanted one on my show. I wanted a fire lizard, and yeah.
Oh, a fire lizard.
I ended up with my dragon tattoo. Back in
fire lizard and a dragon that you
a fire lizard. I gotta have a fire lizard and a dragon to ride.
Definitely.
Yes.
And Ruth, I loved Ruth.
Oh, Ruth was so cool. Yeah. My last one of my last choppers, I ended up painting a dragon on the tank. So yeah, we love dragons.
Yeah,
we love dragons.
So I don't know if you know this, but after Anne died, her son took over and wrote for the series for a while. It was very good. But her daughter is doing it now, and she's doing a really good job. So you should check it out if you haven't.
Check that out. Yeah.
Joe Conjal said, "I agree, Joan. None of my books end the way I originally thought they would." I know, right?
Exactly.
Joe is so funny. You think, okay, this is what we're doing, and then you get into it, and you're like, whoop. Anyway, okay. So, would you like to read from book number 3? Is that the one that you wanted to read from Old Magic?
Yeah. My allergies are bad, so excuse me. It's that time of year.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'd like to read a little bit from the opening of this is book 3, and it kind of, well, I'll let it speak for itself. If that's okay. Chapter 1: The end is only.
I did
that.
Uh-oh.
Beautiful morning to be sitting outside with fresh coffee, the day a blank slate waiting to be written. Zardoz contemplated the scene around him. A mixed group of human and supernaturals relaxed at the table, the camaraderie of their recent ordeal bringing them together. Only the details were unknown to the humans, even though they vaguely sensed that a major catastrophe had been averted, thanks to the use of magic by the supernatural sitting among them. Fashi, what was it really like in the Old West during the 1800s, Tamek asked. Nothing like what you see in the movies, Fashi replied, with few exceptions. Did you work on the railroad like the other Chinese men or run a laundry? Shad said, laughing. Fashi merely smiled at the cowboy, remembering a time when his countrymen suffered at hands of the men like this, cult peacemakers strapped to their wrist. No, I did not work on or for the railroad. I felt it was safer to stay on the move. I joined a traveling circus. That sounds like fun, Tamek said. Let me guess, you were the Chinese juggler, Shad said, laughing harder. Zardoz was now concerned that Shad would go too far. Everyone should learn to juggle. It helps focus the mind in sync with the body. But no, Shad, I was a humble sideshow act, one of the many unusual attractions in the circus of Dr. Lo. Fashi, what act did you perform in the circus? All of them, Fashi said, with a big grin as he morphed into a Merlin the Wizard look-alike, complete with a long, flowing white beard and pointy hat. He pointed a withered, shaky hand at Shad. Young man, you should learn to think before speaking. The wrong words at the wrong time to the wrong person will get you killed. I'm your huckleberry, old man. Fashi, no, Zardoz shouted, too late. Fashi's left hand had whipped out his wand, its pointy end mere inches from Shad's face. His entire being now frozen in place, unable to move. Tamek was shocked. The friendly old mage was gone, his previously grinning face replaced by the visage of an ancient, angry wizard ready to kill. Words matter. Truth matters. Intent matters, Vashi said sharply. Would you care to rephrase your words, Shad, or are you tired of living on Earth? Vashi, please don't. He didn't mean what he said, Tamek pleaded. Shashi isn't used to civilian life and its social interactions. There is no excuse for rude behavior, Vashi said, his eyes still locked on Shad. I have killed more men on the battlefield than were lost in any of your wars. One more killing will not bother me. The group sitting at the table on the front porch of the ranch visibly tensed. The humans stared in horror at what they were witnessing, while Zardos and Talama sat stoically, undecided about what they should do, if anything, because Vashi was right. Words did matter, and Shad had spoken the wrong words to the wrong person.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was very good.
Yeah.
And that's an eternal truth. Words do matter.
And it seems important as of what's going on in our country today. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're right.
Could hear that.
Words
hear
do
that.
matter, and I believe words are eternal. And it's like you can't unring a bell.
Yeah.
You can apologize and all that kind of stuff, but once it's said, it found a mark.
It's there. And that's been a recurring theme through all three of my books. It's pretty much that same thing. Your word is your bond, and words matter.
They
the
do.
Truth matters.
They do. Words can kill.
Words can kill. Words have killed. Mm-hmm. We've seen it. We're of the age of that generation of what we grew up in. That words matter. They really do.
They do.
Yeah.
Paul Hollis said, "Great opening. Well done. Well done."
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
And Joe Conjal said, "Sounds like another great story, Chris."
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, just so you know, Chris, you did freeze up a little bit right at the very beginning, but I don't think we lost too much. Maybe a couple maybe a sentence or two.
Okay, nothing really important.
Well,
I'm sure
everybody should buy
everybody should buy the book and read it
and
find
know
out
what words you're missing.
Find out those few words.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's true. So now, these books have been a mix of magic and science fiction.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And are you going to continue writing another series now that you finished up this trilogy, or what are your plans for the future?
I have a straight science fiction book that I've kind of been working on in the back burner, but I found out by the time I got to the end of this trilogy that there were so many tangents and unanswered questions that there's at least two more planned for this particular series, I think, is where we're going.
Oh,
that's
so
exciting.
There'll be book 4 and book 5.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The one character, Jasmine, who is pretty much the main character in the second book, who has wild magic. She's still a young girl, and there's still a lot of the answers and things that she needs to explore that I could very easily become a full book at this point. I've got a chapter or two on that one.
Awesome. And the magic that you use, is it magic that you've read about, or magic you completely made up, or where does all the magic come from?
It's that's a tricky question.
Yeah, I know.
Good job.
I knew it when I asked.
I have studied what's real magic, Houdini and all that stuff when I was a teenager, but I also read Edgar Cayce and other books of that nature, so I studied magic in the terms of ESP or ESP powers, what the mutant powers have today. That's a form of magic, in my opinion. So I would say, the magic is more of what I've read and combined and found useful in my life. combined with what I believe ESP powers can be and actually are. So it's a combination of the both, I guess. That was a hard question.
Sorry.
No. That's great. That's great.
Angel just said, "Be careful, Chris. Joan knows her magic."
Yeah, Joan and I have a connection on another level. That's yeah.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah. So it's part of the metaphysical.
Right. It's part of what traditional magic was, for humans, through the centuries, along with, certain things that I've read and made up. I kind of pick and choose over what I've read, and I've read my entire life. So I kind of pick and choose, I guess, and they've stuck in my head on what kind of magic seems real and possible and what is just total ridiculous. No, that ain't going to work.
George DeSmook says, "Okay, I'm here in the gallery."
Hey,
Hey, George.
Hey, George. Welcome.
You. Yeah.
Always good to see George.
It is. It is good to see George. He's had hip surgery recently. Well, you just had back surgery, so.
Yeah, we need to start a surgery old age. What's your pain this particular day club?
Yeah. Start a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Which part
hurts the most this day?
My hip hurts worse than yours, Dodge.
Yeah. Yep.
My grandmother always used to say that old age was not for cowards. Well, she said sissies, but I agree with her 100%.
Yeah, George and I are in a competition now about falling down. He fell down and on vacation.
I walk with my hands out like a ballerina, but I use it for balance. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
George insists that it's my turn next, but I'm passing and I'm going to let him have it if he wants to go ahead and take the lead here.
Yeah.
No, I don't want anybody to fall down. It's not fun.
No.
Not fun at all.
I'm paranoid about falling down and breaking my bad hip. So, I'm overcautious about falling down.
There you go.
Okay. George says, join Tofu, the official complaint page on Facebook.
Tough Old Farts United.
Yep.
That's what
that stands for, folks.
Yep.
Well, the reason I asked about the magic is because there's, a lot of people that we know practice what some people would call witchcraft, and which I think some people would consider it magic.
Right.
White magic, maybe.
White magic. Yeah.
Well, there's black magic too, but none of our friends practice that.
Talking about our friends.
Yes, they practice white magic.
That reminds me, before I forget, especially in the third book, the witch that I have, Talama, is based on a real witch that I know, and she kicks ass. And she is a white witch, a solitary white witch is who I have in my book.
Yeah.
She's an earth witch. So, and all of the witch stuff that's in my book is all verified through an actual witch. So I'm right there with you, Joan.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. And of course, then there's metaphysical, which we kind of touched upon a little bit about the different universes and, all that kind of stuff.
And you've got the Merlin and the Sword and the Stone kind of stuff. Also, you mentioned a Merlin.
Merlin. The dimension of Merlin shows up in the third book because he's in the crystal cave and it's tied into the dragon. But you got to read the book to hear that.
Who doesn't love Merlin?
Yeah,
right?
Who doesn't love Merlin? My gosh.
Somebody must.
No, everybody loves Merlin.
Oh, everybody does? Okay.
And then you have Chinese magic. I just wanted to get that in, which is a whole different.
That's a whole nother ball game. Yeah.
But I see touches of it in your book also. So you've got it all.
Very strong. I have a very strong Chinese influence. It just goes back. I don't know. It's just always been there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for our last break. And
Wow,
when we come
already.
back, we're going to tell everybody how to reach you,
Crazy.
get in touch with you, and talk a little bit more about what you've got on the drawing board.
Yeah.
So everybody hang in there. We got a bunch more to talk about.
Many secrets are hidden within the darkness of the jungle. Now comes part 4 in the Jaguar series by retired Hollywood scriptwriter George Dismukes. In this saga, Brandon, Andrea, and Naja, the Black Jaguar, go deep into the Mato Grosso jungle on a mission to rescue 2 kidnapped children. During their journey, they encounter many dangers, including Yanomami Indians, bent on revenge for the murder of one of their warriors.
Return of the Jaguar is book 4 in the Jaguar series, starting with 2 faces of the Jaguar, the Lost City, and the Jaguar's Quest. All 4 are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other bookseller websites worldwide. Return of the Jaguar is a must-read.
Have you wanted to publish your story? Have you thought about self-publishing? Today is your day. 5-star Amazon review. Self-publish your ebook on Amazon for free in 2024. This ebook is available on Amazon by Becca L. Jones.
Paradise, my prison. Charlie Flint awakens from a deep sleep and finds himself alone on a tropical beach surrounded by a palm tree jungle and exotic animals. He cannot remember who he is or anything about his life. First, he must find food and build shelter and protect himself from hidden dangers. As his memory gradually returns, it reveals what a very flawed person he is. A man who made too many mistakes, made too many enemies. The implications of the truth are staggering. How did Charlie get there? And will he save himself? Paradise, My Prison is the riveting new suspense thriller from retired Hollywood scriptwriter George Dismukes. Paradise, My Prison by George Dismukes is available in jacketed hardcover, softcover, and all ebook formats worldwide.
Hi, we're back. Before we do any more, I wanted to give a shout out to Marjorie's book here, The Horror Within. She sent us this book. It is substantial. It's very nice. It's a beautiful book. I recommend the paperback, actually. Thank you, Marjorie, for sending it. And it's looking forward to reading it.
And Robin Madrich says, sorry I'm late. Hi,
Hey,
all.
Robin.
Hey, Robin.
We remember you.
Love you. Robin and Joy went with all of us to Gettysburg and investigated when the team went there. Official members of our team, and we had a great time.
Indeed.
Yeah, very active time.
Very nice.
Gettysburg is a very powerful place. Me and Annie were there a few years ago. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we had such a great time. We really did. I mean, we kept saying to Joy and Robin that they were absolutely spoiled forever because usually investigations are not that active. I mean, it went crazy off the charts stuff with them. I want to bring up your website here.
We didn't get a chance to talk about this before the show, but this is the correct website, isn't it?
Yes, that is correct website. Yes.
It looked like it. I was on there, so it looked like
Yeah.
I know that you changed to put
Like,
up another one too.
Oh, got
They,
the wrong-
they just charged me last month, so it better be up there.
It better be, right? Okay, well, it is there. I am here to report that. So if you want to get in touch with Chris, and I think your social media links are probably on there.
All my social media links are there. My email is there. You can subscribe to the mailing list there.
All right, you go to CHRSTMAN.net. That's CHRSTMAN.net.
We have another comment. Marjorie Deering said, "You're very welcome. I'd have been surprised if you'd had the time to read the book on your trip."
Me too. I would have been very surprised.
It was such a
beautiful book,
crazy trip, you all. I'm telling you. It was a good
Indeed.
time with family, though. It was really,
It was.
that was really good. That was really good. But I will never camp at the campground that we were at for 11 days again.
No, not that one. It was too crazy.
Yes, you had to really be an alcoholic to be able to enjoy it.
To enjoy, yeah.
Make it through there.
Yeah.
Everybody else was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I think
was.
our days of staying in the campgrounds are well through. We prefer the motel with the AC and, no noise. Yeah, campgrounds are. I spent my entire life, traveling by campground, and they are a fun time to. It's fun if you're younger and don't need a whole lot of sleep.
Well, usually most of the campgrounds that we stay at are not like that one. So, that's just one I would never go back to. It was Party City.
Yeah.
Usually we're at, national parks or state parks and, and we do stay at KOAs, but not all KOAs were party hardy like that one was. It was a little bit much.
Yeah, it was.
Music all night long and
Before we run out of time here, can you tell us what you've got on the drawing board?
What we've got on the drawing board. Well, like I said, I had a rough summer, so I'm just getting back into writing. I'm working on a short story now called Cursed Carnival. It's my main character, and they're going to have a little side adventure that I'm working on that. As far as book-wise, we've got Jasmine's got her own book coming up. I'm not sure what exactly the title is going to be, but it's going to be something Jasmine, maybe Voodoo Magic. She's going to head south in search of her mother, so that's going to be an interesting story there. And like I said, I've got this side book, sci-fi book that I've been working on since last winter. It's called Escape Clause, and I got a couple chapters in, and I'm looking to write it in the flavor of Andre Norton, if you remember her, because I loved her stories growing up and the way she wrote. So that's what I'm working on now, and I'm writing it in the first person, which is a first for me. So that in itself is a challenge.
That's hard.
Writing in the first person that's a whole new ball game.
Yep. I agree. I think it's really, really difficult. Joe has a question. What type of marketing do you do, Chris? What has worked best?
The only marketing that I have really done, Joe, is on Facebook and sharing through groups and doing interviews like this and like that. I haven't really done Amazon ads or Facebook ads at this point. It's all been through social media, Instagram, Twitter, just sharing and asking my friends to share. All organic, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, grassroots.
Yeah. My ad budget is limited because of my age and what's going on. But it's all been organic. And it's been great so far. Everybody's been great.
Yeah. People are pretty great for the most part, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? Yes.
Pardon me.
Oh, here we have our good friend from
Down
Sydney.
Under.
Hello from sunny Sydney.
Hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, Paul Rushworth Brown. How are you doing? It's morning there.
Early morning there. In the future. In the future, I might add. Here's your time travel.
Yep, it's Thursday. We're still working on Wednesday here in the States.
I think I'm still working on Tuesday.
So, okay, you said Jasmine has...
she has her own story, and it's going to be Jasmine or Jasmine and Voodoo Magic, something to that effect. I haven't decided yet.
You said she was going south to look for her mother.
She's going south. She ends up south in New Orleans looking for her mother, and she's all on her own, and she's going to have fun.
So New Orleans is a great place.
Yeah.
Think of all the magic you can do in New Orleans. Oh my gosh.
But it's voodoo, and voodoo has always scared me. So we've got to be really careful about how we do this. So
I think voodoo is scary.
it is. No question about it. Voodoo is scary.
And New Orleans in certain parts is scary.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, they take their voodoo very seriously there. So
They do.
You know, that Marie, what's her name? They
Marie LeBay.
Marie LeBay. They still leave stuff at her mausoleum.
So are you going to plan a trip and go down and do some research?
Oh, and you can write it off.
There's a possibility there. I'm just waiting for my wife to have back surgery so we can start traveling again. And yeah, why not go south?
Oh yeah. George just said, I forgot. You're right. It hit at a cat too.
Yeah.
New Orleans is getting pounded by Francine as we speak.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Right now it is. Yep.
It came in as a category 2. I mean, they didn't think it would get that strong, and then all of a sudden it was like.
Well, Chris, since you just had surgery not too long ago and you're waiting on your wife's surgery, it might be a little while before you get down there.
It'll probably be next summer before we get down there. Yeah.
At least
it'll be fun doing the research in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's been a long time since we've been to New Orleans.
Yeah. We don't like the roads in Louisiana.
Oh my gosh. Because we have a travel trailer, so, with dual axle, and then, our truck. And so it's quite, you feel it a lot.
Yeah.
And they've never fixed them. I don't think they want to. No, they don't care.
No.
You want to get from A to B, use our road or go around us.
Well, that's the way it is here in Missouri. You don't want to travel here because everything's a darn gravel road.
George said, I used to go to Haiti frequently. They take voodoo very seriously. Yeah. Boy, that's the truth. Yeah.
I would not go down to the islands. No.
No, not to Haiti anyway.
No.
Maybe not even the Dominican Republic, because there's nothing there except an imaginary line.
No. I'd be afraid of leaving the country. They wouldn't let me back in.
Yeah. Right? Oh my gosh.
Like the roads
in parts of
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we could add to that list Illinois,
Wisconsin.
Central Illinois was horrible.
So
was Western Kentucky.
We had a huge blowout on our trailer. Waited at the side of the road for 6 hours before anybody could come and change the tire. And that was not fun. It was on the freeway and constant trucks traveling by and shaking the trailer and the truck. And
yeah, it was great fun.
Our grandson was with us and very concerned. Oh, Robin said she's a Pennsylvanian and she can vouch for that. Well, then all of our roads are a mess, and I think we'll have to trade in our trailer for a plane or something.
There we go. Or hoverboards. Yeah, we could use hoverboards. How about that?
Or if we could really produce some real magic, we could just teleport ourselves.
I'd just soon open a portal and just step through and get to where I'm going.
That'd be a lot easier, yeah. They do it on commercials.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They do it on Skinwalker Ranch, actually.
Yeah. That's true.
But that's never been fun on any of the vacations I've ever gone on. It's never, once you get there, it's like, I got to turn around and go home. It's always been the adventure of getting there is what it's all about.
The journey.
That's the journey. That's what the fun is the journey, not the destination.
That's
Robin Major said a flying carpet would be nice. I think that's a really good idea, Robin.
Great idea. Go ahead and make one.
Yeah. I can't believe it's this late.
I know it's time.
The time just flew by. Wow.
It did.
Yeah. Well, that was exciting breaking news that you're saying that you're going to extend your trilogy to books 4 and 5.
I'm sure that all of your readers are going to be really happy to hear that.
Yeah, it surprised me. I started out writing one book and like, okay, well, I wrote one. Well, I can make that a trilogy. And now it's a trilogy. It's like, well, gosh, there's still more to come.
Well, that's great.
Is how this happens.
So we have, I'm going to repeat, Mixed Magic, and then Wild Magic, and then old magic, which I really like that because I kind of am fascinated by old magic. What would the next one be? Got an idea for a working title?
I've got a gypsy magic in the title in the hanging out back here. Yeah, like I said, voodoo magic. I've got a number of titles of where this could possibly go.
That's
there
awesome.
You go. That is very exciting.
That's awesome.
Something to look forward to.
Think of all those books that you can write.
Yeah.
And you can keep mixing science in with it too.
Yeah.
Right. Well, once again, you can reach Chris at CHRSTMAN.net. Get all his social media links there and get in touch with him. His email through there and everything. And I'm sure you'll put updates as to when you release things as well. So get all the news there.
You can either go to my author page, my personal Facebook page, or my Facebook group. They're all out there. I'm everywhere. Google me. I've been around a while.
There you go.
I mean, I first met you guys. I was a reader. I mean, I was not a writer. I was.
That's right. I remember when you published your first book.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've been around.
We've been
around a while. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we have.
Well, we're going to move you over to the side, and we got a couple comments coming in here. Thanks a lot for joining us. Stick around until we come back to you here. We have Joe Conjul saying another great show tonight. Thanks, Chris. And, of course, Rob and Joan. And Joy York, thank you all. Great show. Thank you guys for joining us.
Paul Hollis says another awesome show. Thanks, Rob, Joan, and Chris. And I just want to say thank you to our audience. It's always great to get in touch with you again. All of you that are watching that are not commenting, we'd really love to have your comments. We love the interaction of the of our audience. Robin Major said, great show, and thank you all. We have the best audience of any podcast.
And guests.
I mean, and guests. I mean, really. I know, because I listen to other podcasts and I think, wow, we're really blessed.
There you go. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Until next time.
Okay. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. See ya.
Live every Wednesday, your Voice of Indie hosts Beam Weeks and Stephen Gees welcome authors, musicians, publishing industry pros, artists, and assorted creative guests for an exciting interactive hour. Call in during the show or post questions and comments on Twitter for responses in real time. Meet your favorite indie creators, learn inside tips, network, and promote your work. The link for each week's show is pinned on Twitter atop @VoiceOfIndie. And you can receive the link every Wednesday morning in your inbox by subscribing to our newsletter at freshinkgroup.com. Check out Voice of Indie every Wednesday on Blog Talk Radio and catch hundreds of episodes archived everywhere from our websites to our YouTube channel and Spotify.
Thank you for joining us here on Meet the Author. Make sure you stay up to date with our show by clicking like, follow, and share. And you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and more. See you next time on WLFE-DV.com.